everyone, Ken Sparkle. So today I'm gonna talk about the Chipettes from I Wanna the Chipmunks. So basically, let's just say that we all like the Chipettes than usual because there's lots of reasons we like the Chipettes because they're the female versions of the chipmunks, or should I say the boys, because we all know the Chipettes are like the chipmunks as well themselves, but basically they are female chipmunks but call themselves the Chipettes. So that's probably the reason why Brittany decided to have this name from the episode The Chipettes, the episode from the 80s series. So let's just say that I would say that's a good name for the girl group. So let's just say, admittedly, that I would say Chipettes can be probably the best reason why we like I Want the Chipmunks, something like that. Maybe. I don't know, but that's just my guess. So anyway, like I said to you guys before, that I do prefer the Chipettes better than the Chipmunks. So, not that I'm against boys in general, but I had to say I just like girls for some reason. I just have sense with them because if you remember my two videos I just uploaded earlier today about my favorite characters from like not related to Disney, but and the other one that are Disney characters. So let's just say that I just like females, like I don't know, 1, 2, 3, like loads of reasons. And let's just say that, well, that's probably the best reason I like the Chipettes anyway, because they're just the best. So let's just say that they are my favorite, and it's very hard to pick of which out of the girls are my favorite anyway. It's just so hard to choose. I mean, I like them all equally because let's just say that they are amazing, great trio of sisters in different media of the franchise in general, because I just like the Chipettes in different either animation, or shall I say the word generation, because that's another word for like the different design of what they look like from the past years to what they look like right now. So the Chipettes that we had now is the one in 2015. So I have to admit, I kind of like the new series, but I barely watch it at times because I just hate it to you guys because there's no new episode season in my country, in the UK. I mean, oh come on, seriously, UK, bring the new episodes on, please, for God's sake. I just hate it. I mean, how come the US have new episodes and not UK? I mean, seriously? Oh, blame me now. Sorry for my language, but I just yeesh, something like that. So anyway, I like the Chipettes in the 80s as well, because that's their first appearance, because that's when they first appeared on our screens back in the 80s era. And so, to be honest with you guys, the first generation of Chipettes that I first watched was the live actions, because I already mentioned before that the live actions are the first I Want the Chipmunks I've watched since childhood. My childhood. Let's just say, because I remember the time when the Squeakle first came out in 2009. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I gotta ask my dad to take me. Something like that. And so he did. He took me to the cinema to watch the Squeakquel. And after I watched the Squeakquel, I started to like Britney at that moment. But until in 2016, I started to like Eleanor more. I just don't know what. I just like Eleanor the best, because let's just say it's always about Britney all the time, because we all already know that it can get pretty annoying that because it's always about Britney. And let's just say that I feel sorry for both Jeanette and Eleanor because they don't get enough attention, unlike Britney. Sometimes I just get annoyed with Britney because she always gets the spotlight all the time. So let's just say I would prefer that I would say that I prefer Jeanette and Eleanor should get more attention than Britney does. But don't get me wrong, because Britney is the leader of the main group, and you know, and she is the oldest of the group anyway, the older sister, but that doesn't really that matter because sometimes it doesn't really, let's just say you don't have to be the oldest to be in the group really, because let's just say, to be a leader, it can be any kind of being a leader. You can't be the oldest or you can't be the smartest or something like that. That doesn't mean you have to be the leader. I mean, or being a pretty one like Britney, of course, but let's just say being pretty is not the exact word I could use that why Britney has to be the leader. Well, let's just say Britney can be braggy. Well, I'm sorry to it like offending you guys, but that's just my opinion. So you may have to respect it. So like I respect yours. So I promise to you guys that I do like just to hear what your opinions are about what makes you like the Chipettes. So let me know in the comments, of the video. So I like Jeanette as well because let's just say she's pretty, she's gorgeous, cute. I just like her. I mean, it's just the way she looks. She's just so adorable. Let's just say they all adorable. But let's just say Eleanor is adorable as well. Like Theodore, to be honest. And to be honest, I have to admit, I do like Simonette the most, to be honest. I do like Fiona as well and Alvitany, but I just prefer Simonette usually because blue, purple, let's just say they're the best colours to remind me of me and my crush. Just let's just say don't get yourself confused between pink and purple, as my favourite colour, to be honest, because I like them both. So purple can sometimes represent me at times, but I usually prefer pink, but I just like purple sometimes. So let's just say that I don't know, but let's just say that the Jeanette and Simon can remind me of Twilight Sparkle and Flash Century from the Equestria Girls, or maybe My Little Pony, something like that, but it's not really about My Little Pony, is it? It's about the Chipettes. So, I have to say, well, I don't know, I just thought I share you my opinions of why I like the Chipettes in different generation, in different media, Well, let's just say in the 80s era, I do like them because I do prefer cartoons the most of the time. But to be honest with you guys, I do have problems with songs in the 80s, to be honest, because it's copyright, There's nothing wrong with copyright, but I was just saying that the Chipettes and the Chipmunks were singing the original songs that are already sung by, the original singers in real life. I mean, why can't they just sing their own songs, like what they just did right now in the new series and something like that? And they actually did again, sing the original songs in real life in the live actions. I mean, why can't they just stop it? And so basically, let's just say, so don't get me wrong, but I do prefer the Chipmunks and Chipettes sing their own songs in the new series because that's just what I prefer. So yeah, so like I said before that I having difficulties of which either the girls are my favorite because I just like them all equally because they're special. They have different kind of qualities and their personalities. And I would say so let's just say that Britney is like selfless, like let's just say she can be selfish at times, but she's not always selfish because she has a loyal, true heart for her sisters. And well, let's just say that she does sometimes brags a lot for being pretty, being an amazing singer, always thinks she's the best, better than her sisters. But I don't always find that she is better than her sisters because I find them all brilliant singing girls because let's just say they have a wonderful singing voices. It's like, let's just say they do remind me of Angel from Lilo and Stitch because she has an amazing voice. I mean, or maybe Ariel from Little Mermaid because she has an amazing voice. Ariel's voice, it makes you bring back to your childhood days, bring back so many memories of being a kid. So yeah, so Jeanette, she's smart, she is sweet, she can be clumsy, but in a good way, to be honest. And let's just say that she's more clumsy in the 80s, unlike what she is right now, and in the live actions as well. Because let's just say, I remember this person commented about in my Jeanette video, all her clumsy moments, and I remember the person said about that she likes Jeanette's older personality of from the 80s, and the way the family who does the Alvin and the Chipmunks tries to make Jeanette to be a bit like her sisters, but I had to admit I kind of agree with that person. And well, I forgot the person's name, but well, I just literally agree what the person says because I think it's, let's just say Jeanette's supposed to be more, well, shy and something like that. And to Eleanor, let's just say she is mature. She can be reasonable sometimes, and she can be adorable, like her sisters too. And let's just say she's more a tomboy character to her sisters, because that's her character development. And like I said before in my Eleanor video, that I like Eleanor in different generations from the 80s, the live actions, and the new series. Oh, I kind of forgot that, don't know whether, but I'm not too sure, but I know most of you people that may have seen it, but not all of people have seen it, but there is this film called The Mini-Monks. Not too sure whether if one of you guys may not have heard it, but I just remember watching it back in 2012 when it used to be on YouTube. But luckily it's back on YouTube, so you can able to watch it again. So I just say that there is kind of a mix up with the age with the Chipettes in the Mini-Monks. And Well, let's just say Brittany and Jeanette are like, like preteens, like toddlers from the nursery school, and Eleanor was still a baby in that film. I mean, well, let's just say I'm not the only one, but everyone seems to notice that mini monks. Let's just say it's kind of a bit confusing with the age between the girls and including the chipmunks. But let's just say that let's just focus on the girls anyway. So I just like the Chipettes more than ever, and ever since the Squeakquel, that's how I started to become a Chipette fan. And let's just say they the reason that I watch the Squeakquel a lot of times, because I always like the scene when they first introduced, where they met Ian Hawke, who's an evil manager of the Chipmunks from the first movie, and the Chipettes didn't even realize that Ian was actually an evil manager, and he was being using them the whole time throughout the whole movie. And if you guys remember the scene when Alvin tries to warn Brittany, and Brittany didn't believe them and thought that Alvin was misjudging Ian, but I think Alvin has the right to warn Brittany. You know what I mean? Yeah, thought so. Well, let's just say that I actually hate Brittany at that moment when Brittany didn't believe Alvin, but until at the end when she realized that Ian is, a humiliator and a liar. And then she apologized to Alvin when Alvin saved the girls from Ian from being locked in the cage, by trying to kidnap the Chipettes. And, well, so basically, that's the information you need to know. And, well, I don't know, but I just like it. And if I had to tell you guys that, what's the word? Well, I don't know. It might come back sometime eventually soon later, or also something like that. So, so like you guys have a good time and have a good Christmas, guys. I hope you guys have a brilliant day with your family and have a best roast dinner ever. And you might get like wonderful presents. So, wish you luck. Bye bye.